Have you ever wondered why a single malt whiskey, with its rich, complex flavors, evokes such passion among connoisseurs worldwide? The answer lies in its unique production process, a fascinating journey from grain to glass that we're about to embark on. Picture a golden field of barley swaying gently in the breeze. This humble grain is the starting point of our adventure. After harvesting, the barley undergoes a process called malting, where it's soaked in water and allowed to germinate. This step is vital as it converts the starches in the barley into fermentable sugars, the backbone of any whiskey. Next comes the kilning process, where the germinated barley, now known as malt, is dried in a kiln. Traditionally, peat, a type of decayed vegetation, is used in this process, imparting a distinctive smoky flavor to the whiskey. However, the use of peat is not universal, and the choice to use it or not can dramatically influence the final flavor profile of the whiskey. With the malt ready, it's time to move on to mashing. The malt is ground into a coarse flour or grist, which is then mixed with hot water in a mash tun. This process extracts the sugars from the malt, resulting in a sweet liquid known as wort. The wort is transferred to a fermentation vessel, usually called a washback, and yeast is added. The yeast feasts on the sugar, converting it into alcohol, a process known as fermentation. The result is a strong, beer-like liquid known as wash. The wash is then distilled, typically twice, in copper stills. The first distillation occurs in a wash still, and the second in a spirit still. Distillation increases the alcohol content and helps refine the flavors. Only the heart, the purest part of the distillate, is used to make whiskey. The head and the tail, the first and last parts of the distillate, are discarded or redistilled. The distilled spirit, now known as new make spirit, is clear and quite potent. It's transferred into oak casks for maturation, a process that can take years, even decades. Over time, the spirit draws flavor and color from the wood, mellowing and developing into the whiskey we recognize and appreciate. To be labeled as a single malt, the whiskey must all come from a single distillery, be made from malted barley, and be aged for at least 3 years in oak casks. It's the combination of these factors, along with the specific choices each distillery makes during production, that gives each single malt its unique character. In summary, single malt whiskey is a product of time, patience, and craftsmanship. From the malting of barley, through the art of distillation, to the lengthy maturation in oak casks, each step in the production process contributes to the final symphony of flavors. Whether it's the smoky peat-infused malts of Islay, the sweet and floral expressions from Speyside, or the balanced, fruity malts of the Highlands, there's a single malt out there to suit every palate. This concludes our journey through the complex world of single malt whiskey. Next time you pour yourself a dram, take a moment to appreciate the craft and tradition that went into creating that liquid gold. It's a testament to the art of whiskey making, a craft honed over centuries and celebrated in every sip.